Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to explore the listening strand using a lot of musical instruments. Now the idea is not to have the children grow up to be musicians as such, but getting their ears attuned to the quality of sound that different musical instruments make. Another thing what musical instruments also allow children is they almost nudge them into a beautiful imaginary journey. So I love to use these during my circle time engagements or during my story times. So let me show you, some of these. Now this is called a slide whistle. Now if I want the children to suddenly grow nice and tall into big tall trees or become tiny mice scurrying around, I may want to use a slide whistle, and when the slide whistle goes up to a high pitch, they become nice and tall creatures, and when it comes down to a low pitch, they are tiny creatures scampering around. So it goes like this. So yeah, that's a slide whistle for you. This is another whistle. They are amazing bird calls. So now, if you're singing a rhyme of, the Five Little Ducks, or even if you're having, storybooks that deal with farm animals, having these little props just kind of, makes the story engagement come alive. So yeah, this is another, instrument that could even represent the call of a frog. So the papa frog went like this and the baby frog went like this. That's another one. This instrument I love. So this is called a thunder maker. Now, children at this age sometimes are afraid of, the sound of thunder. But what this does is have the children own or, have control over it. So it goes like this. Now that they can make the thunder and have control over it, it's not so scary anymore. And it's a great prop when you're narrating stories. This is another instrument which is called a Kabasa. So if you move it in a particular way, it almost gets the children to imagine that they are going on a train ride. I like to make the train with the children actually being the compartments, and sometimes getting the children to stand in a line, putting their hands over each other's shoulders can be a little tedious. So what I do is I do this activity which was suggested by a very dear friend called Swara Patel. I'm going to share it with you. So what happens here is that children are standing in a circle first. A big circle in front of you, and you are this amazing magician who has made this nice big vat of imaginary glue. Now you have made this vat of imaginary glue, and it is extremely sticky. Now have the children put their hands up in the air and tell them at the count of 3 they are to put their hands in this vat of glue which is extremely sticky. And when they remove their hands, they are not to touch them anywhere except they are to turn and put their hands on their neighbor's shoulders so that we can make a train. And once the train is made, you can then play your Kabasa and have the children go on their train ride wherever they wish.